Right, so this is going to go up about 10 minutes after the last video, because I was doing something and it all went a bit wrong. I was trying to show you these. These are my new pyjamas. Well, I've had them a few weeks now, actually, like maybe 3 weeks. I got 2 pairs of pyjamas, totally different. These are the only ones like have got like any character design on. I mean, they're not character pyjamas, typical, but they've got like, well, they're from M&S, by the way, if anyone wants to get them or look what M&S has got. Because I typically do get M&S pyjamas in general, but I have had other pyjamas in the past. And the main reason I get them from M&S is, A, there's normally a good selection, and B, like, it's just so easy to get M&S pyjamas. But I do have, in the summer, I had some ASOS short pyjamas. I don't know if I ever showed them in a video. I can't remember what they look like now. Oh, the grey, the short and t-shirt. The shorts were like a bit oversized and the t-shirt's more, it's not fitted, I'd say regular. And it's got like, are they pink flowers with smiley faces, but big flowers? I've still kept them, like I've not worn them for months. I actually wore them a lot in summer. I forgot I had them even though it was still the weather to wear them. And I spotted them a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh, I forgot about them. I think I just put them in a drawer. Like, I do have other pyjamas, but, you know, you do need more pyjamas because, you know, sometimes you have to throw some out because you've worn them to death. So I think, and like M&S pyjamas are nice, and there's loads of different price ranges. Like, they do cheaper ones, like you can get a set for like a tenner. Well, you used to be able to, I don't know if you can now. And like they used to do sets that were $12.50 and then $15 and then $18 and $21, and you can go higher. So whatever your budget is, there's something for you, which I really like. I like that there's so many choices, and even the cheap ones, there's always different choices. So no matter what's like your budget is, you've got a choice. I don't think these ones were massively expensive. They were like either 15 or 18. And I was looking through the Christmas, autumn, winter pyjamas, because it don't matter if they're autumn, Christmas. Well, I didn't want anything Christmassy, like typical Christmas, because yeah, you can wear Christmas pyjamas in June if you want. But if I was to get Christmas pyjamas, like I'd want to wear them like all October, October, November, December, and maybe early January to get my money's worth, because I couldn't imagine I'd want to wear them springtime onwards. But anyway, I was looking through, and M&S do these things where you can get the same pyjamas for the entire family. So I didn't want any that said for the entire family, because that means a lot of people are wearing those pyjamas. I'm not saying a lot of people wouldn't get these, but people like to match with the partner and the children. And even though there was a couple that I liked the look of, I just was like, no, I want to get ones that are just for like female only. Although if a man wanted to wear them, you're more than welcome, because why not? Wear what you want. So I spotted these ones and I really liked them. The long sleeve t-shirt and pyjama bottoms. I've actually worn the pyjama bottoms much more because I literally will put them on with a t-shirt. But today I did put on the long sleeve t-shirt because I couldn't find a short sleeve t-shirt that I wanted to put on, like, do you know when you first get up, like, so I do have the full set on, but I can see I've worn the pyjama bottoms more because you can see the top is slightly darker, which means I've not washed it as much because I've not worn it as much. But I liked these, A, because I love the colour, I don't know if it's showing up properly, and it's got polar bears on with scarves on, and like one of them's got scarves on, one of them's got earmuffs on, and it's got penguins on. The penguins has got scarf on, hats on. But I didn't realise until I had them on is they've got what looks like to be a husky. I mean, I don't know if it is a husky, but can you see? But when I saw the pyjamas, all I could see was the polar bears and the penguins. I didn't actually notice the almost husky looking dog on it. I mean, it could be anything, but I just thought, I didn't even know they had them on until I got them. I just, like I said, saw the polar bears and the penguins, but it's got like stars on, like gold stars, there's blue stars, there's different types of stars. and they're nice. I really like them. But when I ordered them in 2 sizes because do you know what? Unless it's like in a women's size, like 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I don't know how big M&S go. I think they go quite big. If it's not like those sizes, I do find it hard to pick from like small. I think they go extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, extra large. They must go that big. I never know which sizes to get. Now, I always read the description to see if the regular fitting, oversized fitted, etc. And then I read the reviews if there's any. I can't remember if there was any reviews on this particular set. I can't remember. But I basically chose 2 sizes because I do like to get separates if I can, because I typically like a size bigger in the top than the bottoms. Like I can wear a size small in the bottoms and the top because I do carry all my weight on my stomach. And sometimes tops, I find in pyjamas particularly, seem to be more slimmer fitting or shorter. So in general, I do like to pick things where you can pick your sizes, or like if I'm getting I size down in pyjamas typically I like to, but I have to get my actual size for the top to fit me how I like. But I can only do that if the bottoms have got a drawstring waist. Now these don't, these have elasticated. So me getting a size bigger, the bottoms were typically too big, because I've had a set from M&S before a couple of years ago and it was 3/4 length bottoms and a top, and I went a size up to make sure this top fitted how I liked, but then the bottoms, even though they had elasticated waist, I was constantly having to pull them up. So I bought both sizes and I ended up going for the smaller size because the top fitted how I like, and that means the bottoms fit perfectly. So there you go. Now I did buy another set at the same time and I didn't know if I was going to keep them or not. And it's a short and t-shirt set, and it's the softest top material I've ever had. In fact, it's a 3-piece set. It comes with a matching eye mask that matches the shorts. The shorts are I think the pink and blue check with a tie waist, and the t-shirt's a grey rib t-shirt. I think it's got a pocket on the front. I'm not sure. The t-shirt's the softest material ever, and the eye mask, which I probably will never wear. I mean, I might wear it on my head to push my hair back, not in bed, but like when I get up in the morning, I don't know. And I wasn't sure if I was going to keep the set. The set is super cute. They had a few versions of this short set in different colours, because there was another colour that I absolutely loved before I saw this set that I've got. And I almost got the other one, but obviously if they didn't have this colour, or if it didn't exist, I would have got that set. But some of them have got vest tops, some of them have got t-shirts, and some of them have got long sleeve. And then you can also get a long bottom set, or you can buy the bottom separately, because I liked the short material. Although the shorts are quite oversized, I don't know why, you don't need that much material. But I was going to buy the matching, sorry about that, because this video is obviously not going to be edited. I was going to get the long bottoms separately in the red check, and then when I read a lot of reviews, a lot of people were saying that they weren't very comfortable because there's no give to them, because it's that kind of material where there's no give to them. So they're like, when they bend down, they're really tight on the knees and like they're uncomfortable. It's like, oh, I'm not going to get the long like bottoms now, because I always used to have loads of like pyjama bottoms that didn't have a matching top, because like I said, I do like to buy separates, and a lot of the time I'll just show a t-shirt on with the pyjama bottoms because that's easier. And whatever, like, you know when sometimes you come home and you want to get changed, you just show a pair of like pyjama bottoms on with a t-shirt or whatever top you've got on. That's what I like to do. So I've not worn the short set yet, but like I like to wear, I don't particularly like wearing long bottoms in bed. Sometimes, like, if it's really cold, I will get in bed with long ones on, but a lot of the time, if I wake up in the night too hot, they come off, because I just don't feel as comfortable in long ones. I don't know why. I mean, sometimes I can sleep the whole night. If I'm sick and I'm cold, I'll literally sleep in loads of stuff. But yeah, I've got this the little short set as well, and it's super cute. But I don't know which one was more expensive, but I've worn these pyjama bottoms a fair amount. Like I said, I've not worn the top as much because like a lot of the time, like it'll get to like 7-8 o'clock and I'll be like, oh, I might just go and like change out of the jeans or leggings that I've got on, and I'll just put pyjama bottoms on. And recently I've been reaching for these because these are autumn wintry. I mean, I think they're more wintry, but you know, it's autumn. I think I got them while it was still summer, because when autumn start? Has it started? Feels like it started 2 weeks ago, but you know. Anyway, I'm just really exhausted and I'm still unwell. I briefly mentioned in the last video, but in case my videos don't go up about that before this, I have been sick and I still am sick, but I don't feel like nowhere near as bad as I did, but it's just dragging on. And I've been doing a lot more walks than normal. Now, I find that if I walk a lot on pavements, paths, like roady kind of materials, I mean, that don't even make sense, but do you know what I mean? That I get a lot of pain. Now, we all know I've got a dodgy hip and stuff, but like I get pains in my knees sometimes. I get, like, my calves are really, really tight at the moment. But I find if I did the same amount off-road, even though it's harder to walk off-road when it's rained a lot and it's really muddy and slippery and you spend half your time trying to stay upright and it's just tiring, like I don't ache the way I do when I walk on pavements and like paths and stuff. So that's the problem with walking from home. And yesterday we did do a walk. Well, I walked to somewhere where we used to walk all the time. Like last year, I would say a big chunk of our walks, especially when I first started walking and for the first 6 months, was where we walked yesterday. And there's loads of routes there. Like, we discovered more and more. There's probably more that we never discovered, because sometimes she'd be like, oh, let's go down here. But like, nah, we're not going down there. Or like, because sometimes you look somewhere and you think, where could that lead? Or we could end up going down there and it might not lead somewhere, and then we've got to come back. So we didn't explore absolutely everything, but there's things like she kept trying to take me down for ages, things that were super slippy, and I'd be like, we need to wait till it's not rained for a couple of days. And then they become big parts of the walks, and we'd always change the walks up, and some were harder than others. Like, you know, obviously just depends where you're going basically. But like, we've not been on like that area for quite a few months, like before the summer holidays, and I'd say well before the summer holidays. But yeah, that's just the way it is. Like, do you know what I mean? But there's been a few times when I thought, oh, should I walk down there and then do that and then come out there and then walk there? And I was like, oh, I don't know, like, because I know it's going to be about an hour and a half, which is like what I'm typically aiming for, but it's different. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that walk where we walked yesterday, there's like loads of ways in and out of that walk, which we discovered more and more as we did more like things. And like, there's loads of grass and mud and stuff, and because I hadn't planned on going there, like, I was walking in white trainers, and I was like, hope you don't want to take me on the grass, because it'll be a no. Like, she can go on grass to a certain extent, because obviously the lead, but I just didn't want to get my white trainers super muddy, and I've been walking in those trainers all the time when they weren't meant to become walking trainers. I mean, I don't walk off-road in them, but round here recently, they've been the ones that I've been wearing, I'd say 70 to 80% of the time, because they just got a lot more cushioning and they're better for my feet. But she really enjoyed it, and I was out in just a t-shirt and sweatshirt, and I was hot, and there were people in coats and like gloves and hats, and I'm like, yeah, if I had a bloody coat on, I wouldn't last 20 minutes, because when you're being constantly pulled and you're pulling back against her, you do sweat. And then when she does idiotic things, her newest thing is trying to jump into the bloody road because she suddenly wants to cross, and you're having to like react quickly and like pull her backwards. It's not fun. It's really not fun. I mean, I don't know why she suddenly thinks she wants to constantly cross the road, but she does. Get a husky, they say. That's her latest thing. Like, she's always wanted to cross the road. Like, sometimes she'll get to certain points and she'll want to cross. And, like, every now and then she would try and leap onto zebra crossings. That's a lot to do with my dad, because he crosses sometimes at a zebra crossing. So there'd be times I'd be walking past a zebra crossing, she'd literally try and leap on it. I'd be like, no, we're not going that way. But recently she is trying to completely leap into the road. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? She's like, yes, it is. But also she has learnt the word cross. Like, if I say to her, do you want to cross over, or we're crossing over here, she knows what that means now. Oh, great. And she's now opening the door to let cold air in the house. So, yeah, she's, like, yesterday I wanted to do this walk. And like I said in a video yesterday, like, I will let her dictate the route. Like, if there's, like, 3 options of a route, if I'm walking quite away from the house, I will let her dictate which route we go, and then that will determine what we're going to end up doing. Although, you know, you can do the different variations on some of them. And I really wanted to do that route yesterday. Not the bit we ended up doing, but the bit that got me to that bit. And I was like, do you want to cross here? And I said it a few times because she ignores everything I say because she's a husky. And then she did. She went to where we crossed. But yeah, she's been a bit of a nightmare, because she'll sort of be like, I want to cross here, and she'll literally try and leap into the street, and it's like, oh my God. And even my dad, who didn't realise she suddenly started doing this, because it is super recently, but she's doing it more and more. And when he walked her, I think he walked her Tuesday, because he missed a few days, and that's why I was doubling up. That's why I'm super tired as well, because I was doing a lot more than I do. And I typically do an average of an hour and a half a day, and I try and do it in one walk. But a lot of the time it does depend on the weather. Like, if it's absolutely torrential rain, she probably won't get an hour and a half. She'll probably get an hour and 10, hour and 15. But it'll be split into 2 walks. And I'll come back on the first walk absolutely drenched. And I'll probably keep all my clothes on. I'll just take my coat off and try and dry it off a bit. And then I'll go out and do the second bit, walk. But typically, I will try and do the hour and a half in one go. I mean, sometimes we do walks, so it's an hour and 40, hour and 45. Yesterday, I think it was an hour and 35. But if I wouldn't have done the bit that we'd done, I'd planned another, bit, another half an hour, because it would have taken us about an hour and 5 to do the walk that we're originally going to do. And then I would have carried on and done another 30 minutes. But it just turns out that, a few minutes into me walking down a particular street, I was like, oh, should we do this? And we did. So I am feeling it today. I did, the last 15 minutes, I wouldn't say it was hard, but I could feel it. Like, I needed something to eat. I did have 2 snacks in my bag, and I could not find one of them, because I'd shoved 2 bottles of water in, one for me, one for the dog, in case she didn't find a puddle, because she loves a puddle. I had the collapsible dog dish, I had a lip balm, I had a couple of tissues to blow my nose with, I had a couple of dog poo bags, I had my house key. I didn't have everything that I probably should have, but I also had a Fibre One bar in strawberry cheesecake, shortcake cheesecake, whatever it is. And I had a bag of yoghurt covered strawberry pieces. And I wanted the bar, and I could not find it. I was digging deep, and I'd stopped the dog. I think it was about 15-20 minutes from home. Probably less than 20, but more than 15. I'd say, actually, yeah, I'd say 18-ish minutes. And I'm rooting in my bag, and all I could find was the yoghurt coated strawberry bits. And I was like, do you know what? It's better than nothing. So I had them and carried on. And I probably could have drank more than the half a litre that I took for myself. This isn't the one. Like I said, I did have some for the dog, so I could have drank some of that, because she didn't have much of it, because she did find a puddle just before I was gonna, because I thought, all right, I'll walk to here, and then I can just get out of the way and put a little dog dish down, and put some water in, but then she found this puddle and she kindly dribbled some down my ankles, because my ankles are always out because I roll my leggings up a little bit. Well, unless I've got jeans on, but sometimes my jeans are rolled up. But yeah, typically I will have some ankle showing, and she kindly dribbled some dirty water down my ankle. Sharing is caring and all. But yeah, I was glad to get home. My face was like red hot. It took me ages to cool down, like a severe amount of time to cool down. But my calves have been tight for days because I was double walking her at weekend. Like, I walked her Saturday even though she'd had 2 walks, but she didn't have as much as she would typically have. And then Sunday I double walked her. I mean, the first walk was like an hour and 35-ish, but I still took her out for a second walk because obviously in the morning my dad does walk her for anywhere from 35 to 55 minutes, and then I'll do an hour and a half of her. So me doing an hour and a half as the first walk, obviously she's still 1 walk down, so I did have to do another walk. And then the next day I did an hour, I think I did an hour and 25, but I did longer than the second walk. And then Monday I had to double walk her, even though my dad could have done a walk. He was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm not getting into his reasons why. So I had to take her out for a second walk, even though we'd done an hour 25-ish. And then Tuesday he walked her, and then I walked her. And on Tuesday, I think we only did about an hour and 5, hour and 10. I can't remember why. And I did think I'd go out again, but I just didn't. I am pretty exhausted from taking on my dad's walks as well for a few days. But also, like I said, walking on the pavement and like not off-road a lot, it's really bad on me. I ache like mad. My calves are super tight. They were tighter days ago, and I think it was like the extra walks at weekends, but they are tight, and when I'm walking up and downstairs I can really, really feel it. So it's probably another reason why I'm more tired, because I have done a lot more walking than normal. But they say at minimum you should walk a husky a day is 80 minutes because they're so mischievous. But I find the more I walk her, the better behaved she is and the more she sleeps during the day. So, you know, I do try and do an hour and a half. Now, it has rained. I think it's currently not raining. So if it stays like this, or like it rains lightly, I still would like to do the hour and a half in one go. I don't particularly want to go out again, if possible. Anyway, I've chatted for too long. The first part I'll put one day, and then the next day I'll put this up, because I feel like, I think there was nearly 8 minutes, plus this would be a lot for one day. I will try to put them up back to back, like a day apart, just so it continues. Although I don't always do that if there's more than one video, but I think I will do that if I remember to do it that way around. Anyway, if you managed to get to the end, well done. Let me know if you go and check out M&S pyjamas, and let me know if you're getting it, and let me know if you get these ones, or let me know if you get the ones that I've talked about but I've not shown you. But you know, they're just checked ones. They're like a pinky bluey colour with a grey short sleeve t-shirt with a matching eye mask. The top is so soft, like I can't wait to wear that set. I think I keep putting this one on because it's just there. I will be washing these today anyway, if I put the washer on today. I've not put it on this week. I put it on last week, but I don't think I got a full washer full, but I don't always like a full washer full. But anyway, I mean, I only plan to film for 10 minutes. But I've got to go and get ready and get out. I actually plan to go out in half an hour, but I can't because I ain't got enough time to get ready and do everything that I need to do. So my plan is to go out in an hour. But I hope you all have an amazing day. I hope you're all doing great no matter what is going on in your lives. And if you've got any comments, please leave them down below. If you're new to my channel or you watch my videos but you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to press the notification button to get an alert when I upload next. I'll be back tomorrow for you, not for me, because you know it's going to be well in the future. But yeah, have a great day and thank you so much for watching.